Okay, I already tried to make this video once and it died on me, so I'm going to go the old-fashioned YouTuber way. So number 3, head and a consonant, 1/2, 3/4, pretty straightforward. Tail in the C, 1/2, 1/4. The one that's a little bit tricky here is the tail or a vowel. So we got to figure out the probability that we get tails and a consonant, plus the probability we get heads and a vowel, plus the probability that you get tails and a vowel. So you have to add all 3 of those together to get 5/8. Answers are on the back, but there's no explanations for some of them. Okay, probably the man will be alive in 25 years is 3/5. His wife will be alive is 2/3, assuming they're independent. So 3/5 times 2/3, that's both alive. At least one alive. You figure out the man being alive, the woman being alive, and both being alive, and add them together. Or you could just figure out the probability that they're both dead and subtract that from 1. And the probability that only the wife will be alive, 2 out of 5, 2 out of 3, again back to being straightforward. Okay, these next ones are the ones that you want to use a formula. Anytime they just give you stuff, no story, nothing to go with it, you want to be thinking about using your formula. So if it says they're mutually exclusive, we know they don't overlap, so that intersection is 0. So find the probability of x. We go to our formula. X or y is x plus y minus x and y. That's the formula on your formula sheet. It's on the back of this paper as well. So plug in what you know. You know the probability of x or y. You don't know x. You know y. You know this is equal to 0. So when you solve that, you get 0.45. And the probability that x or y occurs is 0.8, because that was actually given to you. I'm just asking you if you know the definition. For the dice, sum of a 7 or 11, I listed them. There's 8 out of 36. Sum of getting at least an 8, I list the things that are less than 8, which are 20, which means 16 out of 36 or more than 8. The next one is an expected value question. And so the probability is 0.87. If you plant 5,000 plants, how many are expected to germinate? It would be 0.87 times 5,000. On the back, I already made this Venn diagram, but I can talk you through it, because once you get the Venn diagram, the problem's pretty easy. This is one where you have to put a variable in. So you don't have, let's keep breaking my pencil. You don't have a middle value there, but you do know that econ is 22 and law is 25. And so we put an x here in the middle, and we know this is 3. We're trying to find that x, so we call this 22 minus x, and this is 25 minus x. So this 22 minus x plus 25 minus x plus 3, they all add up to 40. It allows you to find the overlap of x. So once you get the overlap, you can answer the questions. Both economics and law, 10 out of 40. At least 1, that's everything but none. And then economics given that you study law. So I colored in, when you're given that you study law, you're just talking about the law circle. Well, that adds up to 25. Economics is 10 out of those 25. The next one, if you want to pause and look at it, all I did was put stuff in the formula. 0.9 equals 0.4 plus PB minus 0.1. Just literally plugging numbers in. When you get P, probability of B happening is 0.6. Same thing here. I found the intersection 0.2. Use your formula sheet again. Probability of A intersect B. This time we know the union. We know A and B. We're finding intersection. It's 0.2. State with a reason whether events A and B are independent. If they're independent, then probability of A times probability of B would be what we know it to be 0.2. Well, 0.4 times 0.65 is 0.26. So they're not independent. Something affects the other one. We don't know anything about it. State with a reason whether events A and B are mutually exclusive. To be mutually exclusive, probability of A intersect B has to be 0. We know it's not. We know it's 0.2. because we found it up here, so they're not mutually exclusive. If you would like more practice before your quiz, Richard Perina is the main guy that gives you some review. There's also another link to another site on there as well.